Happy New Year, everybody. I am so excited to be back on YouTube today to start this new year off right. So we are going to start today with a little skincare chat, specifically about slugging. I don't know if you know what slugging is, but I have done a lot of research in slugging and I absolutely love slugging my skin myself. So today I'm going to talk about the how and the why of slugging. So stay tuned. At this time of year, our skin gets a lot drier. It can even get chapped and it can just run amok, and it can be super frustrating when you feel like you're doing all the right things. You know, you're using your moisturizer. Maybe you've even changed your moisturizer to something that's a little bit more heavy, and you're still not seeing results of getting that dry skin healed. So I love to slug. I love to slug. I slug every Sunday. Sometimes maybe more than that, especially this time of year, and I slug all year long. So what is slugging? So slugging is when you use an occlusive over the top of all of your other skincare. So what is an occlusive? This would help. Aquaphor, for instance, is an occlusive. Vaseline is an occlusive. Egyptian Magic is an occlusive. So it's all of those, you know, old school jelly-like substances like this that are occlusive. So what makes this an occlusive and what is an occlusive? So an occlusive can be used to kind of seal the skin barrier. So when you use moisturizers or anything else in your skin is still throughout the day, throughout the night, evaporating water. What an occlusive does is it becomes a skin barrier. So you put it over that to kind of trap all those things in. So it is truly remarkable the difference that I felt in my skin when I started slugging. So on Sundays, I believe in a good self-care Sunday, especially like a Sunday evening where I get in the shower and I do all the things. I exfoliate, I shave, I, maybe use a conditioning mask in my hair. I will do a mask on my face, and this is a day that I take off from using my active products. I do not use any vitamin C products. I don't use my retinol products. I just do everything that is kind of moisturizing and healing and soothing to my skin on Sundays. How do you slug? You will slug in the evening. You do not want to do this in the morning. And you're going to wash your face. You're going to use your serums if you use serums. The only serum I would not use is you can't use anything with an active ingredient. So you don't want to use anything with vitamin C. You also do not want to use any of your retinol products in any form. You don't want to use that. I like to think of it as like when I slug on Sundays, this is a time where I'm really just pampering and babying my skin. I'm using active ingredients like vitamin C and retin A all week long. So on Sundays, I just want to nourish my skin and heal it as best as I can. So I will use a serum if I'm using any serums, and then I will finish with a moisturizer. I do not believe your moisturizers have to be expensive to be effective. Moisturizers have the same purpose, to moisturize the skin. I do, especially in the winter, switch my evening moisturizer to something that's heavier. People have asked me how to know if it's a heavier moisturizer versus like finding a lighter moisturizer. Here's what I'll tell you. If the moisturizer is coming in a pump, it is a lighter moisturizer and would be ideal for daytime or in the evening for somebody who's very oily. If it comes in a jar and you have to stick your fingers in it to get it out, then that is going to be a richer, thicker, more hydrating moisturizer, and that's what I use in the evening. And then I finish, so I put all that on, I kind of give that a minute to sit, and then I finish with my occlusive. So people are horrified when I tell them that I slug and how to slug, because they're thinking, I'm not putting that sticky crap, it's gonna get all over my pillow, I'm not gonna like the feel of it, it's gonna be gross. And I totally understand, but you guys, we're not taking like a huge amount of this and putting it on. I literally will use Can you see that? Like this much for my entire face. I rub it all over my hands and then I just kind of press it in, and I always take it down my neck and my chest. I finish it with my hands, and a lot of times I will put a foot cream on my foot, and then I will use a little of this at the end of that. This is also what I always use on my lips, but it's not sticky. Like my hair is not sticking to it, and I'm not sticking and peeling away from my pillowcase at night because I'm not using that much. It is something, like I said, that I do once a week. If you are really struggling with some chapped skin, you can do it maybe twice a week. I wouldn't really recommend a lot more than that, but I'm obsessed, especially this time of year. And you will wake up and your skin is going to look so good. You're just not even gonna believe it. You're gonna have such a glow. It's just so good. I love it. I seriously just love it. A lot of people ask me if this breaks me out. It does not break me out. Again, because I'm using the tiniest bit. And it's really just there to trap in the moisturizer and the serums that you're already used. It's not there like that. It's a skin barrier, so it's not really penetrating into your skin to like clog your pores, if that makes sense. But I just have to say that that's just my experience with it. A lot of people, like for some reason, anytime they put anything new on their face, they might break out a little bit, but it is not a pore clogging product, if that makes sense. So I would just highly encourage you to add this to your self-care Sunday. I mean, I love to get out of that shower and put on like a hydrating face mask. And I mean, I'm just talking about letting my skin just take in all the hydration, all the goop, all the goo, like all of it. And it, like when I wake up on Monday, it is like, I'm looking like a queen. And it's so important, especially when we're using a lot of products that are exfoliating the dead layers of our skin, which is what anti-aging products are doing essentially. They're trying to get up the old layers of skin to push forward the fresh, newer baby cells to the top to make our skin look great. But that is requiring some exfoliation in order to do it, whether it is like exfoliation that you are physically seeing or not. So taking one day a week to really pamper and baby your skin can be so beneficial. So let me know in the comments if you are a slugger, if you are already slugging, or if it's something that you are excited to try. And I'm always here if you have questions. Of course, I'm always here to color match you if you are interested in any Seint makeup products. And I thank you for joining us, and I will see you next week.